Good morning, girls, and happy Sunday. I almost dropped you. I'm so excited to be hanging out with you girls today. We are going to be doing a summer Sunday reset, but the fun twist with today's Sunday reset is this is the last Sunday that I have before summer officially starts. The kids have 2.5 more days of school, and so I'm doing everything I possibly can to get my home, to get my business, to get my content creation, to get my schedule, to really get everything in my life locked into place. So we're going to talk about this a little bit later, but this is the first summer that I have not had the kids in a day camp that's like a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, every single week through the entire summer. Typically, I put them in a day camp where they go to the movies one day, they go bowling, they go on a nature walk, and then they come back, they read a book, they write a book report about it. So it was a fun day camp for them that they love to go to. However, the cost was unbelievable, and we have so many other camps, like a soccer camp, a golf camp, that would conflict, and so I was paying for multiple weeks where there were multiple camps. Also, my kids are 7 and 10 years old, and so now that they're getting a little bit older, I'm like feeling this deep yearn to have them around throughout the summer. I don't want them off. I know it was only 3 days a week from 9 to 2, but I don't want them off like at this day camp during the summer. When it's like a week-long soccer camp or golf camp with their friends, that's something completely different. But this sort of like day camp was feeling daycare-ish to me, which in actuality is exactly what it was when I signed them up for it 4 years ago. But I want to make this summer the absolute best summer I possibly can for my little family. There has just been so many changes in our life. I feel like things are moving so quickly, and I'm realizing, I mean, we all have these moments as parents, but I'm realizing that nothing else truly matters than this precious time with them when they're this young and they're here. So that's kind of my little spiel. Check in with me in a few weeks. I will definitely keep you posted, but that's my little spiel as to why I'm doing everything I can today to get my home, to get my business, to get my life, to get everything in order. So I'm starting my morning off with some wellness practices. I've already had my lemon ginger tonic. Now I'm enjoying a protein coffee, 35 grams of protein. I will have that recipe linked for you girls in the description box down below. And I'm getting ready to do a little bit of self-care. If you've been watching my channel for the last 7 months, then you will know my absolute love and obsession with the ZIIP Halo. I've been on a quest for the last almost 20 months. I think it's 19 months on my glow up to 40. I am 40, I'm turning 41 here in 2 months. So the glow up has been happening since my 39th birthday. So we're coming up on 2 years. And throughout this glow up, I've been doing everything in my power to make myself feel amazing from the inside out. And I'm somebody who doesn't do Botox or filler. However, I did just do a video a few weeks ago on my Glow Up to 40 where I had my blood drawn, I had it spun, I had it microneedled and then injected into my face. First time ever having needles in my face. That was an interesting experience. I have to say, I'm loving the results so much. Cannot wait to go back and do it again. But seeing how I can't be at the esthetician every week or even every other week, I am doing everything in my power to maintain. I don't want to age backwards. I just want to maintain a healthy, vibrant glow at every stage of life. And so I have been loving and using the ZIIP Halo at least 3 times per week for the last 7 months. And my skin has changed dramatically. The thing about the ZIIP Halo device is that it is a professional grade at-home beauty tool. So I loved that PRP and microneedling session, but that's a one-time thing. When I want to go back, I have to pay to have that done, obviously, over and over again. The beautiful thing about having a micro and nano current device, one, The ZIIP Halo is the only of its kind that has both types of technology, the microcurrent and the nanocurrent technology. Also, it is a one-time purchase that you can use over and over again. When I was first starting off, I was doing it about 5 days a week. Now I do it about 3 times per week. On a really good week, I'm doing it 4 times per week. I'm also using it for spot treatment because you do see immediate results and long-term benefits. That's the beautiful thing about this device in comparison to other devices, is that not only do you get that immediate glow, toning, and tightening, but as you continue to use the device, you see deeper, more long-lasting results, which is the beautiful thing about the ZIIP Halo, is that it is that immediate, which keeps everybody coming back because we all know we love that instant gratification. Well, this little device packs a punch because it gives you instant gratification and long-term results. So whether you're targeting puffiness, which is a huge one for me, fine lines, or even dullness in your skin, the ZIIP Halo app is unbelievable. I love it because I don't have to think at all. I turn on the app. I just follow along with a particular routine in which I'm trying to target. So whether it is puffiness, whether it is deep lines, fine lines, overall glow, radiance, if you're somebody who struggles with acne, there's absolutely a targeted treatment for you in whatever your skincare goals are. Also, as a functional nutritionist and somebody who has studied science in depth for a very long time, I love that the ZIIP Halo is rooted in bioelectricity. And what this means is that it's working with your skin's natural current to energize, repair cells at a foundational level. That to me is the biggest win, is that I know I'm not only working, but I'm enhancing my body's own bioenergetic properties. So using the ZIIP Halo just takes a few minutes a day. You can invest 4 minutes or up to 14 minutes. Whatever plan and treatment you need and have time for, you can absolutely make this part of your self-care routine. So as mentioned, I use it at least 3 times per week. On a good week, I like to use it 4 times per week. So on a day like today, on a Sunday reset, I'm going to be using a longer, more targeted treatment, whereas the days before school, which is ending here very soon, potentially I'll have more time to do the longer treatments, but you can do an 11-minute treatment or you could do a 4-minute treatment. I like to do the targeted treatments in the morning when I know I'm going to be on camera, I'm going to an event, I'm going to be speaking with people, because you do see that radiance and beautiful glow right away as an immediate result. Honestly, using it is like a meditative process. I have to say, it's not only beautiful self-care for your skin, your body, your overall confidence when it comes to your facial beauty, but aside from that, it's a meditative experience. It's so relaxing and enjoyable to do. That's why I look forward to it. I always say that if there's huge friction around me doing something and something doesn't feel enjoyable, I'm not going to stay consistent with it. But because the ZIIP Halo app is a dream, it's truly a breeze. You follow along these routines. It's so relaxing, it's so soothing, but it also feels really good and you see the incredible results. So I've just gone ahead and put on a headband because you do not want your hair to come in contact with the micro and or nano current technology, and then you just apply your conductive gel. So if you use my link and you use my code, you can go ahead and take advantage of the bundle, which, girls, I'm telling you, this is absolutely chef's kiss. I've even gifted it to one of my best girlfriends and she absolutely loves it. She doesn't live close to me, so we were FaceTiming the other day and her skin looked radiant, and she was telling me it's because that morning she was using her ZIIP. I love that not only do I see results, but I hear from so many of you in the comment section and so many of my family and friends who are now using their ZIIP and absolutely loving it. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply an ample amount of conductor's gel, and then I'm gonna do the founder's favorite. I love that routine. It's honestly, I understand why it's called the founder's favorite because it's one of my favorites as well. I just feel as though I can truly see the results all day long and for days to come. So I find that if I've got a little extra time, that's the one that I pick. Otherwise, if it's like a quick morning, I'll do the instant gratification because as it sounds, it really does give you such a beautiful boost and a glow. And so if you're short on time, I would recommend that one. But you can go ahead and go through the app and pick which one is best for you, your skin goals. But on this Glow Up to 40 and on a Sunday reset, we are going to jump in with the founder's favorite. So this is the immediate after. As you can see, everything is just more lifted and sculpted. I just take like a drop of warm soapy water and I gently wipe down my device, put it back in its little pouch. Similarly, I just make sure all the conduction gel is off of all of my tools. I make sure everything's really dry. I put it away and then I just gently rinse this off with warm water. You can use a little bit of facial cleanser, like a mild facial cleanser, and wipe off the gel, and then just go on with your regular beauty routine as you typically would. So your sunscreen, your skincare, whatever you're going to do, what you typically do in the morning, you just continue as is. But now you have this beautiful, lifted, sculpted glow that not only gives you the immediate results, but builds over time. So I will have my link for you in the description box down below, as well as the first pinned comment where you can save on your own ZIIP Halo bundle. And I'm telling you, this is one of those purchases that you will be so grateful that you made the investment time over time, especially when you see these immediate results. And then after a few weeks, when the results start to build, you will be absolutely blown away. Okay, this diffuser blend smells so unbelievably good. I will put it up here on the screen. I think it's like grapefruit mojito. I think that's what it was, but it was 10 drops of peppermint oil, 5 drops of grapefruit, and 5 of rosemary. Absolutely chef's kiss. So now that I have done a clean of the kitchen, the sheets are almost done. I need to put those into the dryer for Ronan, and then I might try my best to wash mine and Kaya's sheets today. Typically, we do have 2 washer and dryers. Typically, I can get through all 3 rounds. But today I don't have enough time because there is so much other laundry that needs to be done other than our sheets, and that's okay. So if I can do Ronan and Sawyer's today, then I will just do myself and Kaya's tomorrow. But I'm finishing up my greens and it's starting to get a little bit overcast. So I'm kind of craving like a yummy peppermint tea this morning. If not, then I'm going to be making none other than my beloved ginseng tea. I have such a hyper fixation with ginseng tea. It's a beautiful day outside today, but it's like cloudy then sunny, cloudy then sunny. And to me, tea is appropriate anytime, and it's warming. It feels good on my digestion, and it's exactly what I needed. So I have an entire loot of supplements here right next to me, and I'm gonna go over, this is in addition to my daily supplements. If you have not seen my morning supplement routine, I will link that video for you in the description box down below. And in addition to that, I will have a link to my full script dispensary where you can shop my entire dispensary of supplements that I recommend, use in my practice, personally use, and my exact morning supplements. So outside of my morning supplements, I go back and forth between the Brain MD Saffron and this one from Life Extensions. I hate to say it, I do feel like I like this one better, but I don't. I love the one from Brain MD. They are really top notch, like highest of quality. However, this one from Life Extensions is a wee bit stronger. And so with saffron, saffron is incredible for our mood. It's amazing for inflammation. It has been shown in studies to be more effective than antidepressant medication. Mind you, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Please be sure to speak to your doctor, your nutritionist, your medical provider before tapering yourself off any antidepressants and jumping in with saffron. However, it has been shown to be as, if not more, effective in many of these studies than an antidepressant. And so I always say, like, I'm a glass half full kind of girl. Just naturally, innately, that's who I am as a human. However, I am also a person who has a lot on my plate, like many of you. And sometimes when I'm focused on that to-do list and how much I have to get done and how much time it's going to take me, it can rob you of the joy of the moment that you're in. And so my goal, as I've mentioned a few times, my goal is to give my little family the best summer that we've ever had. Like, I truly want nothing more than to have the most incredible summer. This is our last summer going into, because Ronan's going into 5th grade. My daughter Sawyer is going into 2nd grade next year. So next year will be my last year of the 2 of them together at the same school. And so I realize, like, it's really staring me in the face how quick time is going. Like, it is just in fast forward mode. It truly feels that way. And so if I can take supplements that help me stay grounded and present, that is something that I'm absolutely going to do. This is another saffron. I know I mentioned supplements for kids and for myself. This is more of an on-the-go saffron. I ordered 3 bottles of this one. I did mention that we are going to be traveling for almost a month over the summer, and so having things that are super easy and on the go is a really great idea. Also, because it is a spray. Now, mind you, please check with your children's care team before adding any of the supplements that I'm sharing with you. Obviously, I'm a functional and a diagnostic nutritionist, so I look at lab work for a living all day, every day. I know exactly where my children's levels are. I know what supplements work best for them based on our lifestyle and their dietary needs. So this saffron is one that I ordered for myself and for the kids. I will say, it tastes absolutely terrible. Okay, not terrible, but it feels like you've sprayed a penny in your mouth. Like, the taste is okay. It kind of tastes like pool water. But then after the fact, for like a good 15 minutes, I will say it made my tongue feel very weird, like I was sucking on a penny. And so with that being said, I felt great and amazing after I took it. So when I do give this to the kids, I follow it up with their vitamin C, which is more of like a sour dropper. So it really masks that taste. So they don't mind taking this one. If it's you and you're somebody, maybe you take like your NAD after you take this, something that you have to hold in your mouth under that buccal under your tongue, because that will help kind of eliminate the taste of this. But with that being said, I will say I really have been liking this. So I have one in my purse that I keep with me. I have one in the house, and I have one on stock as like a refill. And it's just a really great tool to have. But I've been loving this saffron. It is something I will say I take most days of the week, but I did switch over for the summer to the Life Extensions from the Brain MD. Both are really good. I feel like this one works with me biologically just slightly better. So that's 2 supplements. In addition to that, lithium orotate. This is not a new one to my channel if you've been watching my channel. I think it was in like a Amazon wellness video, and I will have that linked for you in the description box down below. But lithium orotate is amazing for your mood and for your energy and for your nervous system and for your cognitive health. Lithium is one of my favorite minerals on the periodic table, and it is one that I'm a huge fan of. And so while I do take this one every day, I did order 3 more bottles to have over the summer. Sometimes I feel like I can take up to 3 of these a day. The recommended capsule size is 1. Sometimes I can take 3 to 4 of these a day, depending on how much I have on my plate. And so again, always know your levels, always run your labs. I'm somebody who could help you do that if that's something you're interested in doing. But lithium orotate is by far one of those minerals that is an absolute must for me this summer. So I also split one open in the mornings with the kids. I do half a capsule in each of their kombucha that they'll have in the morning. I do it with a whole host of other supplements. They get their silica, their trace minerals, their fulvic acid, their lithium orotate in the morning. And so this is a really good time to mix that in. Next supplement I got for myself is Bacopa. So Bacopa has been shown to be as effective in clinical double-blind research trials, as effective as some of the prescription drugs that they use to treat ADD and ADHD. So while I don't suffer from ADD or ADHD, I'm a mom and I'm being pulled in a million different directions. So even if I'm clinically not somebody who should be diagnosed with ADD or ADHD, I often feel like I'm being pulled all over the place. So Bacopa helps with deep focus and concentration. It also helps with deep core memory recall and fluency with words and memory and your ability to do things repetitively. So Bacopa is one I tend to take 3 to 4 times per week. But I can foresee myself in the summer taking this at least Monday through Friday because, as I mentioned, that ChatGPT schedule that I had put together. Hi girls, future Jessica here. I'm putting away some laundry and I was watching back the footage of this video and I realized that I made this comment about the schedule that the kids have, and earlier in the video I filmed like a probably 3-minute clip talking about it, but my microphone wasn't turned on. So let me add a little bit of context here. I fed in a prompt to ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT to work collaborative with me to create a daily camp/school schedule for my kids for the summer. I gave it their ages, I gave it their interest. I'll kind of put something here on the screen so you can loosely follow it. If you want to create, I'm calling it my summer mom school, but essentially it's my summer camp that I'm running for the kids at home. But if you want to loosely copy this prompt, this is what I did feed to ChatGPT. Essentially, I told it my children's ages, I told my children's interest, the areas that I wanted them to focus on. For both of them, it was obviously reading and math with an emphasis on writing for my daughter, an emphasis on math for my son, because that's something he's interested in. So he's more likely to do it because he's interested in doing math. And then I also put in it like our activity schedule and how I like my children to be outside at least 2 hours a day, every day in the summertime. Like that's been a goal of mine since Sawyer was born. So for 7 years, I've been working with Ronan on this to be outside in the summertime for at least 2 hours a day. I will say it was harder when they were smaller, but now that they're older, this is definitely something that's become much easier. So this was the prompt that I put in, and it popped out a little schedule for me. I also am doing different themes. So June, July, and August. August is a travel theme because we'll be traveling, but June and July, I gave it different themes. I asked it to break it down by a week. The things that I wanted to accomplish, we're learning about our gut microbiome and the impact that it has on our serotonin this upcoming week, and why having a healthy, happy mood, hence the supplements that I'm going over, a healthy, happy mood is so important for us to have healthy, happy days where we spend time together. So I'm teaching them all about their microbiome. I call it their buddies in their belly. We talk about the bacteria, the different bifidus, the foods that we can feed it. That's my mom curriculum, and stay tuned, but I think that we're going to enjoy it. But as I was watching this footage back, I was like, wait a minute, I made that comment. Earlier in the video, I went into much more detail, but like a brand new YouTuber, apparently, I forgot to turn on my microphone. So hopefully that was helpful. And now back to the video. I did time block some time in the middle of the day, as well as very early in the morning before the kids wake up. And then hopefully not, but some nights before bed, getting some work done. But Bacopa will help me switch my brain. Hopefully, I have had this where Bacopa has really helped me switch tasks when I'm filming on a day, jumping into client reviews, then back to filming. It's very different functions of my brain, and Bacopa has proven to be really effective in helping me. So I'm hopeful that over the summer, I will see similar results to that. So Bacopa is one that I definitely will probably be taking Monday through Friday. The last one I ordered for myself, I've been on this one for a very, very, very long time, and that is my copper GHK. I love, love, love this copper GHK. It is one of the purest forms of bioactive copper. And again, you put it onto your tongue, similar to our NAD, and you hold it in the buccal so that it can get into that mucous membrane in under 20 seconds, and you begin to see the results. With some of these liposomals that may degenerate by the time they get through the GI tract, I like to do them in liposomal form. So copper GHK is one of those. Copper is amazing for your energy because copper helps you uptake and intake and make your iron bioavailable. If you are deficient in copper, you can never have a healthy ferritin level. Your blood levels, your serum levels will always read as though you're iron deficient. Well, I am somebody who eats an abundance of red meat. I eat red meat quite a bit, and I also eat a ton of cruciferous vegetables and vitamin C rich foods. So my iron levels, with all of that being said, should be in the optimal range. I'm also a female, so there's many factors that go into this. But with that being said, I take my organ complex, I eat a ton of red meat, vitamin C rich foods that help you absorb your iron. Well, we also, in addition to that, need our copper GHK to bring our iron into the bloodstream and to oxygenate it. So when it's in the bloodstream, it has oxygen to help it flow through the body and get to the organs and the complex systems that actually function and utilize based on our iron uptake. That's where copper is a really effective tool. So eating lots of burgers, cooking lots of steaks on the grill, I'm going to be enjoying an abundance of red meat. I might as well make the most out of it by bringing in some beautiful bioactive copper. Okay, so let's move on to the kids. And just again, a quick reference. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Always, 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 please connect with your healthcare team to see if any of these supplements would be right for you. So first and foremost, this is one that my kids have been on for a very long time, like 3+ years. Yeah, 2+ years, 3+ years. They've had the powder for over 3 years. And that is the Magnesium Breakthrough. This is not in sponsorship with them, but that is the Magnesium Breakthrough from Biooptimizers. The kids absolutely love this tart cherry. It honestly tastes so delicious, and I give it to them before bed with turkey tail, but that's not part of this video because turkey tail is more so for immunity boosting properties and healthy gut microbiome, which is important during the summertime, but this is more so a magnesium because it smells so good, you guys. It smells like Fun Dip. You remember Fun Dip. That's exactly what this reminds me of. Every time I open it at night, like I can feel my mouth salivate thinking about like the Fun Dip and how delicious that was. But this is something I give to my kids every single night. Come the summertime, I'm not sure about you, and all of this will make sense as we kind of go through the rest of the vitamins I have for my kids. But as I was saying, I'm not sure about you, but in the summer, it is nearly impossible for me to get my kids to bed at a decent time. Even if we are outdoors, it's 90 degrees, we're in the pool all day, or we're at an 8-hour soccer camp, and then we go swimming, and you think they would be tired. It is so hard to get my kids to go to bed before 9:30 at night in the summertime. So we do relaxing magnesium soak bath. If my son or my daughter didn't take a bath, I do the magnesium cream from Rocasa. I absolutely love this magnesium cream. It smells so good. It's so luxurious. All of the Rocasa products are just like luxury in a bottle. But every single night, always and forever, we do the magnesium on their feet. They take their magnesium and they unwind. However, in the summertime, it is tough because there's kids outside, there's friends over late, they're stimulated much later, and they sleep in. Hopefully, fingers crossed. This is me putting it out into the universe, manifesting this right now for my family this summer. But most of the time, they do absolutely sleep in. So we're staying up later and later. Well, some of the supplements that I ordered to really ensure that we were in a good place was the Biooptimizer's Magnesium Breakthrough. I used my own code and I purchased 3 of the tart cherry. We love this for the kids. In addition, I'm a huge fan of 5-HTP, and these ones are really great. So I will give the kids one of these every other night. They don't take it every single night, but this is just really great at promoting a stabilized mood, and it helps with their natural serotonin production. So 5-HTP is incredible for your neurotransmitters. So I do one of these every other night. And then if there is a night where we're really, really struggling, and I can tell at like 8 o'clock or 8:30, there's just no winding down anytime soon, that's when I will bust out these sleep melts from Bach Rescue Remedy. So these are incredible. They are all homeopathic. So no need to worry. There's no melatonin or anything in here. It is a homeopathic remedy. I will give the kids 2 of these on one of those nights. So that's kind of like the loot that I got for them around sleep. Then I mentioned that we are doing quite a few different camps this summer. Some of the camps my son is going to all by himself, like I'm taking him, but during the day, he won't know anybody else there. Same thing with my daughter. Some of the camps she's attending with friends, but some of them are with a few girls that she doesn't really know that well. So nervousness and anxiety are a normal human reaction, and I don't want to bypass those. I want to help my children learn how to cope with feeling nervous and anxious, but clearly we have all kinds of tools to help us as well. So we might as well do the same thing for our children. I love, 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 love these little rescue remedy. These are amazing for helping your kids to feel relaxed. Again, it is all homeopathic. There are no added ingredients in here. It is 100% homeopathic. And so this is something that I'm going to have on hand. I do have one in my purse. I also have one here in the house just to help take the edge off and to help them feel relaxed. Now, other than that, we're getting lots of vitamin D. I'm going to be doing the kids' regular strategic supplementation that I do every single day. However, I did mention 2 things. 1, we're staying up much later than sometimes we typically do, so that's less sleep. 2, sometimes we're like going, and it doesn't feel like we're resting as much as we do in the wintertime, which we have the energy for it. We have the weather for it. I love that aspect of summer. But with that being said, it can sometimes slow down our immune system. Then I mentioned that we are going to be doing some traveling as well. So immune system health is something I want to continue to stay focused on throughout the summer months because of that travel coming up. So I did order this highly concentrated vitamin A. Again, I'm gonna say this again. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Before ever supplementing your children with vitamin A, I would highly recommend you get some blood work done and you speak to your healthcare provider. But vitamin A is an amazing tool to have if you feel like you are in a bind and you need to give your kids a little bit of a boost. Or if your children don't eat seafood or organ meat, because organ meat and seafood is a rich source of vitamin A. So if your children don't eat a lot of vitamin A rich foods, I'm sure it's in their multivitamin, but most of the time we need to do a little bit of extra supplementation if they are a child who does have a limited diet. So that's my little bonus loot for the summertime of supplements that I got to help myself feel really calm, collected, and organized, and to put myself and my children in the best case scenario. So if I have these really strategic tools here in the house, it definitely helps me knowing that I'm being proactive versus reactive to some of the emotions, the moods, and the changes that can happen in the summer months. It's only 3 o'clock, but it looks like it's going to start raining, which it may start pouring rain, but I think the sun's coming out in a little bit, which would be ideal because I want to head outside and grill up 2 pounds of chicken thighs to have for the week. So I just want to take care of like our protein for the week ahead, at least for like dinner, because tomorrow's Monday. So Monday night dinner, and then lunch for like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It should be enough for that, those 2 pounds of chicken thighs with the different recipes that I'll be putting this with. Tomorrow night, we're going to do the chicken thighs with the cowboy caviar. I will have a video for you in the description box down below that I did 2 weeks ago with a Jamaican jerk delicious chicken marinade. I'm doing a very similar marinade to that tonight. So you can go ahead and grab that recipe from the video that I did 2 weeks ago. But I think I'm probably going to start the grill. It is a mission of mine to learn how to be better at grilling this summer. I said that 2 weeks ago, that Kaya doesn't have like a gas grill. He has this highly complicated charcoal grill that takes like 5 to 7 steps just to get it going. I'm learning. I'm actually doing a really darn good job at it. I'm learning how to use it, how to not overcook things. We love the taste of charcoal, especially on vegetables. Well, meat, of course, but on roasted vegetables, or grilled vegetables, I should say, on a charcoal grill, nothing beats it. That flavor is absolutely incredible. And then I've been marinating ever since last night. I've been marinating these 2 pounds of chicken thighs, and obviously they're going to have a ton of flavor because they're chicken thighs and the marinade, but then throwing them on a charcoal grill, it just makes eating so exciting. So we're gonna head outside. I'm gonna get the grill going. We'll see if it starts raining, but I'm under like a covered area, which is fine. And then get all of this chicken together, ready and set for the week ahead. Girls, what a day. Oh my goodness. It doesn't look like there was much that happened, but oh my goodness. I feel like I got so much done, but yet there's so much more to do. There's loads of laundry over here behind me that I still need to put away, but I'm first going to hop in the shower. I just finished all of those dishes. So I prepped a bunch of corn. We did eat 3 of the 8 ears of corn. The others I'm actually going to slice off and make our cowboy caviar from Living Well. I've really been craving that one. I will have it up here on the screen. Honestly, this recipe has been with me for years, and it is by far a membership favorite. Like, the girls inside Living Well love this recipe. So I did save some of that grilled corn to use in there. Then having the chicken, having that to eat on salads tomorrow. I could also slice it up and put it into taco shells and do like little Jamaican jerk tacos. The options are endless. And so I finished that, and then I did pop into the office and put together my schedule for the week. So what I like to do, and I've talked about this before, what I like to do, look at my appointments, my calendar, my consultation calls with each and every one of you, new client calls, lab reviews, existing client calls, brand calls. I have quite a few calls with different brands. Then I am doing some internal work for a few particular supplement brands that hire me to come in to help with messaging, key messaging points, developing that for them. In addition to that, connecting with the community that they have inside of their organization and doing a little bit of supplement supplement trading from the internal standpoint on how these supplements are really beneficial for women's hormone health. So these are different things that I work on behind the scenes that I can't really talk about or show. So I was just looking at my calendar and organizing all of that. In addition, going through my goals, my to-do list, and the things that I have scheduled to go out this week. So I was doing all of that and I'm reviewing it on my phone and everything looks really manageable. As mentioned, there's only 2.5 days of school. And then I'm off. I'm on my own with the kids, which I sound like a broken record, but I'm really excited for this new challenge and chapter. I'm not sure how the videos are going to look throughout the summer. They will be here, you know me. But there might just be little people behind me in the videos much more frequently this summer. But that's okay, right? Because we're all just trying to do our best and putting together a reset that makes you feel nourished from the inside out. Nourishment comes from more than food. It comes from our lifestyle choices. It comes from our self-talk. It comes from the way that we show up in the world, the way that we treat other people. That is a big one for me. It's really important, and that's all part of our internal nourishment and the way that we take care of ourselves and the way that we show up in the world. So wellness and nourishment are absolutely something that are systemically a part of our life. So organizing your day, your weeks, getting ahead of things is definitely a deep form of nourishment. So I hope that you girls enjoyed today's video. And if you did, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Give that a click. That way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here next Thursday.